I can remember when I was just a little girl going to dance class once every week. And I also remember that big moment when we finally got to perform on stage. I can remember the excitement I had to have my family come and watch the performance, even though it certainly couldn't have been very thrilling since we were just 3 and 4 years old. Regardless, I can still remember how hard I would work to make sure that I would be able to perform the dance right on stage. Along with the excitement came the backstage jitters. My friends and I were all very nervous to perform in front of all of our friends and family. Now, as a dance teacher, I have understood why my parents signed me up for dance as a little girl. They never imagined that I would grow up and want to pursue it. They just had the good intentions of bettering my childhood. Today, I will persuade you on why you should enroll your young child in dance. First, I will explain to you the motor skills that are taught to the young dancers. Then I will tell you about the lifelong confidence that can be built even at such a young age. Finally, I will discuss the positive interactions between students during a dance class. All children grow and develop their skills differently. Every parent wants to make sure that his or her child is on the right track. Connie Doe mentions in the article, Young Children and Movement, that a dance class has the benefits of teaching children how to control their bodies in fast and slow movements. And they also learn spatial concepts amongst other children. And they also get a good concept for their self-space. Doe also mentions the importance of practicing and reinforcing motor skills that they already know. The students have such enjoyment when they get to do their large motor skills. They normally do these across the floor, such as galloping and skipping. This year is the first year that I have taught the 3 to 4 age group at the dance studio. With only 4 months of classes completed, I have seen an improvement with my students and their large motor skills. Some of them could barely jump off the floor in the beginning, and now those same students are really close to skipping. This is a huge skill for a 3-year-old to have. Excelling in motor skills is a huge asset in a young child's life. Another positive factor for a child to have is a good self-esteem. In fact, building such confidence could last your child a lifetime. In the article, Framework for Physical Education in the Early Years, there is a quote by Liv Vygotsky that says, "The fact is that, with children, things are lived rather than thought, and there is a reliance early in a child's life on movement and experience." Another quote from the article, A Sense of Self by Plum Harrison, that I found very supporting to this topic is, "It is important to develop a sense of self in young children because they need to find their niche, their place in the world where they feel significant and valued. With this in mind, we aim to provide children with opportunities to make their own discoveries about their personal identities." Madeline Goldstein wrote an article all about the perks of gaining confidence from dance. She mentions how dancing and expressing yourself in front of others requires such a confidence, whether it is in studio or on stage. These young children are gaining all of these wonderful traits without even realizing it, because all along they're just having fun. Young children can be unpredictable. Therefore, there may be a day or two of the year where they opt to observe the class rather than participate in the class. But majority of the time, the students are having a blast with one another. All teachers approach things differently, but in my class, I have noticed a huge excitement in my students just as they are waiting by the door to enter the studio. Initially, they were all to themselves and very quiet coming in, but now they are so eager to see one another and even me. They encourage one another in class by clapping and saying things like, "Good job," to each classmate who does a step across the floor. Our class routine stays the same each week, which the students love because they know exactly where to sit when they come in and the stretches that we do, as well as the warm-ups and other activities. They are even doing things across the floor like big marches, turns, skips, and they even play hopscotch at the end, where they're jumping from 2 feet onto 1 and vice versa. A parent told me that most of the students in my class have a stay-at-home parent, and proceeded to tell me that my class is what's socializing them. They are learning what is acceptable and what is not. It is amazing what just 45 minutes to an hour once a week in a dance class can truly do for a child. Today, I have done my best to try to persuade you on why you should enroll your little one in a dance class. I have gone over numerous physical and emotional benefits that a dance class can have on a child. Learning new motor skills, gaining confidence, and being in a structural environment with other kids their age has such an influence on children. All parents want to see their little child happy. Some of the best lessons in life are the ones that are taught to us unnoticeably.